And joining me on India First is Dr. Jitendra Singh, Minister of State in the Prime Minister's office and a Member of Parliament from Udhampur in Jammu and Kashmir. Dr. Jitendra Singh, has the BJP been able to make the lotus bloom in Srinagar? Your assessment of the results and the trends.
Yeah, of course, Gaurav. And my first thought is that it's a huge vindication of a very courageous and a path-breaking decision taken by Prime Minister Narendra Modi to introduce for the first time a grassroots three-tier democracy in the state of Jammu and Kashmir, which had been deprived for the last 70 years. And if people in the Kashmir Valley have come out in huge numbers to participate in this election, this is in fact possibly an indication that they have found an outlet for their democratic aspiration, which had got disillusioned because of the dynasty and the same faces appearing. Let's not forget that in Parliament we would have just about 20% or 15% of polling, whereas it has gone many-fold higher. And as far as BJP is concerned, can we lose sight of the fact that for the first time in 7 decades, we have 3 elected representatives through this District Development Council in Kashmir Valley, which also is an indication that for the first time we are having an election where there's a free participation of the people, and people are actually voting with their inherent aspiration, finding an outlet. And therefore, they find BJP as a natural means to further their democratic aspiration. We have 3 members elected there. We have made inroads in Kashmir Valley to a very great extent. We have done extremely well in the entire Jammu region and all the regions within Jammu, whether it's Jammu proper around the city, whether it's the hill districts of erstwhile Doda, whether it's the border districts. And which is also a reiteration of the fact that BJP still remains the natural party for the people of this region who feel that they can rely and depend on the BJP leadership, on the leadership of Prime Minister Modi to lead them on the path of development. And this is also a vote for development, vote for justice, vote for restoration of human rights and fundamental rights of the deprived communities like the West Pakistan refugees.
As a vote on Article 370, first election after the abrogation of Article 370, Kashmir overwhelmingly votes for the Gupkar Alliance. Jammu overwhelmingly votes for the BJP. The border districts again, whether it's Rajouri or Poonch, it's the Gupkar Alliance. So what are the indications? What should the conclusion be?
No, see, that is how the media is trying to portray it. But we never said this is a vote for the referendum of 370. Who said that? On the contrary, why can't I say that this is a vote in favor of the development, which had been, because no party came forthrightly so much taking claim for development under Prime Minister Modi. And this is a huge expression of will of the people of Jammu and Kashmir to be a part of New India's development journey. And that is why Jammu, of course, as you have already mentioned, even in Kashmir Valley, we have got a voter turnout which is many-fold higher. It's many-fold higher because people who had got disillusioned have once again found an outlet.
So you're saying this is a victory for democracy, this is a victory for the people power in our country, that people have come out to vote. But sir, the BJP, the government, the number of resources,
and this is also a vindication.
This is also that you used in these elections, sir. Union ministers who went and campaigned so extensively, top party leaders who campaigned so extensively, called them the Gupkar gang. But the Gupkar gang, as you call them, finds resonance in the valley and in other pockets of the erstwhile state of Jammu and Kashmir.
No, I'll tell you, Gaurav, why this question arises. This question arises because many of us have got conditioned, including in media, to look at BJP through the prism of the parties which have been, dominating in the earlier decades. So we are not able to understand. We are a party with a cadre, a sangathan. Every election, big or small, whether it's a parliament election, assembly election, BDC election, DDC election, panchayat election, is a joint election for us. So if a Sarpanch contests, a DDC member contests, it's my election. If I contest, it's his election. So all of us together enter into the fray. It's not like the Congress party where you hardly find any leader coming out. And mind you, let's not forget, in this election, what we noticed a strange feature, that many of the Congress candidates didn't want their leaders to campaign for them because they thought they would lose on that instead of adding to it. We are proud we have a leadership which has huge acceptability and response among the people. So that is a difference. BJP takes every election seriously, big or small, and we fight every election jointly. And that is that's a phenomena which is noticed not only in an election in Jammu Kashmir, even in other elections, whether it's in Bihar, whether it's in elsewhere, whether it's going to be in West Bengal.
Okay. Sir, 280 seats, 2,181 candidates, elections on either side of the Pir Panjal for 25 days, 450 women who participated. What signal does this send out within the country and beyond the borders?
See, within the country and outside the country, I think this is a huge vindication. It will go down in the history. It was Prime Minister Modi who introduced for the first time the three-tier democracy in this part of India, in spite of the fact that it had been provided in rest of India soon after independence. So this was an injustice against democracy, against constitution, and also against human rights. Secondly, this is also undoing of the anomalies which I'm sure the world's so-called human rights lobbies will find difficult to not to acknowledge, because we had, for example, a section of population among the West Pakistan refugees who had been denied citizenship rights and the voter rights, in spite of the fact that two of their counterparts who decided not to settle in Jammu and Kashmir went on to become prime ministers, Mr. I.K. Gujral and Dr. Manmohan Singh. So this was, I'm sure the human rights lobbies, who are always very skeptic sometimes about India, would at least now acknowledge this, and this has happened in the Modi regime at the behest of Prime Minister Modi. So this is not only a vindication of democracy, this is not only a vindication of constitution, this is also a vindication of the human rights.
Minister, what more does the BJP need to do in your appreciation? You've won hearts and minds in Jammu, you've done well in Jammu, to make inroads in Kashmir. In your appreciation, where was the party found lacking?
No. It's the other way around. We've already made inroads. For the first time, we had a full-fledged campaign in Kashmir Valley, witnessed as it would have been witnessed elsewhere else. There was a time few decades ago, Bharatiya Janata Party was hardly heard of, hardly seen. The flag of the Bharatiya Janata Party was hardly noticeable. Now we have more than one candidate aspiring to have a Bharatiya Janata Party mandate. That's a huge vindication. And even today's result, we have already won 3. We are leading in 2. This is happening in Kashmir Valley. I'm sure this must be giving shivers to the so-called Gupkar parties, because they never expected BJP to be there. We have already made inroads made in a very big way, which are causing alarm bells to the other parties, the Kashmir-centric political parties.
Dr. Jitendra Singh, for joining me here on India First, many thanks.
Hi everyone, Preeti Chaudhary here. Hope you like this video. For latest news and analysis, like and subscribe to the India Today YouTube channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated. Thank you for watching.